Hey guys, welcome to my smaller little room. Rocking the Sapphire audio today for the past couple of days. Been enjoying the shit out of these speakers. These are so magically good, and they cost next to nothing. 50, $100 you buy a set of these, and it's so much fun to listen to these things. Anyways, I digress here. We're not here for that type of shit, but I just wanted to get your brain on this one. So Expona show 2026. Yay! Let's get more into debt, people. Why not? Because there's a lot of people that had burning credit cards. I'm pretty sure that bought some overly expensive equipment there on that show. There were 200 plus rooms there. I read ticket admission. I think it was $40 or so. I could be wrong. Don't forgive me if you guys have been there. I could be wrong about that, but admission was about $40, I believe. Not too bad, right? You go visit 200 rooms amongst other dusty boomer audiophiles. Nothing wrong with that, guys. Hobby is a hobby. Gotta have some fun. So I'm watching this whole show. I'm pretty excited because I like seeing new stuff, or well, rehashed new stuff. And I like seeing products out there. Of course, I think one of the highlights in the show was Andrew Jones's Troubadour speaker with the dual concentric field coil driver. Beautiful speaker, by the way. I think the design of that thing is absolutely beautiful. It's totally up my vibe. You know what I mean? But yeah, of course, way out of my price range. We're talking about anywhere between $35,000 for that speaker. But the field coil dual concentric thing is pretty cool. You get a lot of adjustability. I can only imagine how good that thing can sound. Anyways, the further I started watching this video, because there's a lot of YouTubers out there, and I thank you guys that are content creators, not influencers. There's a difference, but actually create content and record some rooms in a decent manner, and are respectful and showing the rooms for us to see at home. The people that are piss ass broke and don't want to spend all that money over there, or can't even. Anyways, I was watching this, and all of a sudden, if you guys know me, some of you know me privately that watch this video, I am a huge stickler for bookshelf speakers. I love them. They're versatile, they have a small footprint, easier to set up, very enjoyable to listen to, interacts with a room just a little bit better than something like this. This takes a little bit more demand, a little bit more figuring out. In short, I like bookshelf loudspeakers. And my God, I saw a couple there, and I was just almost getting insulted. And it's the price on these things, man. I saw a bookshelf. I'm not going to mention the brand because I don't even remember the damn brand, but it looked really beautiful. It was really nicely worked off. It was a bookshelf this size. Had a 5.5, 5.25 inch driver and a 1-inch dome. That's it. Nothing magical, nothing new. There's nothing. We have figured this shit out already decades ago, right? All right, let's just be straight at this. Now it's more of a Louis Vuitton look to loudspeakers because it appeals to people. High glossy cabinets and with 55 plastic looking lacquer on it, layers of lacquer on it. I get it. It looks cool. $13,000 to $15,000 for a two-way bookshelf loudspeaker with an optional stand that looked just like this, by the way. It was just a piece of square tube with a welded on platform. $5,000 optional. So you're looking at a $21,000 to $22,000 speaker if you buy the whole package. And of course you have the sales rep doing his little shtick, trying to, up talk the product that he's talking about. And I'm like, we are talking about a very simple bookshelf speaker with a 1-inch dome and a 5.25 to 5.5 inch, say, driver in it. And that is say on average $12,000 on asking. What is going on? Like, I get that there is super high-end exotic stuff out there. Now, I know where this is going. You guys, yeah, but you have floor standards and it costs a lot more. Now, if you look at a Wilson Audio autobiography, $800,000 for a loudspeaker, whoever buys this shit, how the fuck did you ever make that much money being this fucking stupid? Like seriously, that's really how I look at it. I'm sorry. I understand there is work involved. I understand there's CNC involved. I understand over-the-top nonsense, over-engineering going on in these loudspeakers. But man, $800,000 for a pair of loudspeakers, right? those $33,000 that Andrew is asking becomes a lot more cheaper all of a sudden. Although, is it? I know that everything needs to make. I know everybody wants to make money, right? When you have a company and you build stuff, you want to make money. But my God, guys, we did not reinvent the wheel. Everything you see in these shows and every piece of proprietary technology, field coil driver, I made a 40-pound motor, and that's nothing new. That shit comes from the 20s, man. There's nothing new about that. It doesn't mean it's good technology still, and it's very implementable, but it's also a very, how do I put this? I compare it to a sailboat. Somebody came up with this, and I like this, and it's kind of the same with expensive loudspeakers. There's 2 happy days that you have with like loudspeakers that cost that much, or componentry that costs so much. On day 1, when you actually buy it, and on day 2, when you actually can sell the fucking thing. Because it's completely over the top priced. And the componentry too, when you see streamers, I saw streamers there, $7,500 for a normal streamer. Guys, this is riddled with Chinese shit. Actually, it was, there's actually a video out there that actually proves this. About 70 to 80% of all brands out there use Chinese componentry. It's not that expensive. Y'all fall for this Kool-Aid bullshit that's out there, which to me, hey, more power to you. If you have $100,000 to spend, and people say jealousy. It's not jealousy, it's called envy, because I never had it, so I envy something. You can be jealous when I had it and I no longer have it, and you have it now and I want it. That's jealousy. Get that shit straight too, Americans. Anyway, I don't understand. I'm lost at this. Now, you could say, well, it's something unique and it's something they can afford. And for them, it's just penny change. $800,000, even for a millionaire, is not penny change. And here's the crazy part, too. There's a lot of people that buy shit on credit or Klarna payments. How many payments is this? Or do partial trade-ins of their own equipment because they want it so badly, all to flex something, a muscle that nobody really cares about, to be honest. I'm just saying, what's your stance on this? Have any of you gone through this show? And if so, were your experiences the same as I had on a distance? I know I'm kind of being hateful. And I'm just being honest. That's just how I look at it. Maybe I'm narrow-minded. Maybe I need to have a cleansing, as they call it, or some teaching in how stuff works. But in the meantime, $100 of bliss. Anyways, guys, I'm going back to my cheap stuff. Let me know.